Hi guys.
We wanted to put this video together because we just came back from
DWP in Jakarta,
Indonesia. A lot of people nowadays are going to Bali, probably not Jakarta. But for those of you who are visiting Indonesia, we wanted to put together some tips and suggestions and just things you should know when you are traveling there.
First thing to consider is if you need a visa. We're American citizens still, so we did need to apply for a visa. What was that process like?
It was nice because we can actually do it online now. So I think it's 77 countries, I want to say, are approved for what's called a visa on arrival. So technically we could have actually just gone to the airport and purchased a visa there before you actually exit the airport, but you might get stuck in a long line and everything like that. So recently they announced that these countries are able to do a EVOA, electronic visa on arrival, and you basically just apply online. There is a fee, of course, with all visas, and you can actually pay with your credit card, which is nice. I think you can do the same at the airport as well.
When you go online to the website, which we'll link down below,
yes.
You want to make sure that you have your passport with you.
Make sure it's the official website too.
Yes.
There's so many websites out there. Sorry.
No.
There's so many websites out there that are just like trying to scam you to go through their services, pay a fee, but you can actually just do it yourself.
Which it like literally wasn't easy to find. If you Google Indonesia online visa, like so many other websites come up first. But once you go online, you're at the right website. You want to make sure you have your passport.
Yep.
Flight information. Yep. Hotel information, where you're staying. And I think the hardest part for us was uploading a photo of our passport photo.
Yeah.
And we took a little selfie of us behind a white background. And we had trouble with it because the image was too large when we were uploading it.
You can take it with your iPhone or mobile device, but it's a pretty high quality photo. They have a maximum size limit that's ridiculously small. You kind of have to just like tinker around, maybe save it to your computer, open up like the preview tool and like downsize the resolution. There was one other thing though that was very annoying about where you're staying, and that would be the like hotel information. So they give you a drop-down list, and it's basically multiple sections where it goes province, city, district, village, and all of those are required, and they're all drop downs. They're like conditional drop downs. So whatever province you select, then it shows specific cities, then it shows specific districts, and then villages. It's not obvious on the hotel address where or what, province, city, district, village it's in. So I actually had to call the hotel up and ask them like, hey, I need your help. I'm trying to apply for the electronic visa. Finally, we did figure it out, but it is something that just to bear in mind.
And the cost of our visa was 43 Singapore dollars each.
So 500,000 rupiah it converts, and I think there's like a little admin fee of like $1 or something when you check out. I'm not sure. I think the cost is going to be the same at the airport. Either way, it's worth doing it ahead of time anyway.
So we went to Jakarta in December 2022, of course, and we needed to download this app called
Peduli Lindungi. Peduli Lindungi.
It's a cute little app.
It's
picture.
Bahasa. Yeah, clearly I don't speak it. It means something like care to protect.
In the app's picture, actually, I just noticed looking at the picture, it's like a little heart, but it's like two people maybe?
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute. It's similar to Singapore's Trace Together app, which in Singapore we don't use it anymore. But we were surprised to find out that we did need to download this app where we need to upload all of our vaccination information.
Yeah, so I think there's still requirements in Indonesia to be vaccinated. This app makes it easier because you can just show it from the app, and obviously because it's their app, they know it's valid.
So on the app, you need to upload your vaccination information, which for me, it was a little easier because my QR codes were able to scan really easily. Harry had a little harder time uploading the information, but we were able to figure it out. And I think the reason why we need to download this app is because they wanted us to be checking into different locations in Indonesia.
Yeah, and we didn't.
DWP the first
Yeah, just the
time.
first time we went to DWP. So day one, even though we were there 3 days, they had us check in. Initially, I thought we had to in the mall, but you're right. The only important thing there is you need to wear a mask, which that does bring up a good point, which is you do need to bring your mask in some areas. They don't really enforce the rules. Technically, they say that it is required everywhere, even on the streets. But the only time we were asked to wear it was in the mall. So like at DWP, on the streets,
airplane.
in the airplane even. Yeah, you're
The
right.
airport, yeah.
None of those places they asked us to put our masks on. Obviously you can if you want to just be safer, but just make sure to bring your masks in
Just
case
in
they
case.
do. Yep, ask.
Yep. So I was surprised that at the mall we actually had to check our temperature because I feel like we got rid of that so long ago in Singapore.
Yeah, different countries, so they have different requirements. But overall, it wasn't something that was very restrictive.
No.
It's just feels odd to wear a mask again in a mall, but that's okay. It was pretty busy, and you feel safer. So
I still have the app. Do you? Did you delete it?
I still have the app as well. I hope, because we are going to Bali in a couple weeks.
So unfortunately, the visa was only good for 30 days.
It's good for 30 days, but it technically is just single trip.
Oh yes.
So we would still, anytime you go to Indonesia, even if you're going 2 times within a month period, you still have to reapply for the visa because it's single entry.
So we're experts at it now, but we do need to pay $42 each again.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. So upon arrival at the airport, after you show them your vaccination or use the Peduli Lindungi app to show them that you're vaccinated, have your visa provided, there is a declaration, like a customs declaration form. There's actually a QR code that you scan along the way. It's a really long walk, by the way, from the plane all the way to the immigration. But I would just make sure to fill it out on that. They have Wi-Fi if you don't have cellular data. I think there might be a link that I can grab for it. So if I have it, I'll make sure to also include that in the description as well.
The friends we were with didn't do it ahead of time, so when we got to the main part where they need to check to see if we filled it out, there was a QR code for everyone that was filling it out there on the spot. Once we left the airport, of course, everyone was asking if we wanted to take a taxi, and we knew that we wanted to take Gojek. Just so that we were secure. We knew ahead of time what price we would be paying. It took forever to find the location of where the cars were, and it was super hot out. And we had a hard time getting a car actually.
Yeah, it's crazy busy in Jakarta. I don't know if it was the time that we went. So for those who are actually traveling specifically to Jakarta, Gojeks are not that easy to find. But there is this queuing system where you basically take a number and then just Gojek cars come up, and then when it's your number, then I guess you can take it. The wait for us would have been 30 minutes to an hour, so it was actually a really big time frame. As Chantal mentioned, a lot of people will come up and ask if you want a taxi and everything. The only thing is they do take cash typically, and we didn't have cash. We wanted to use card, and that's why Gojek is preferred for us. But in this situation, we ended up doing the car because the cost of a Gojek was a little bit more for 2 of us than it would have been for 4 of us to split a single car. And also the Gojek, for whatever reason, for the queuing system, you can only take a max of 3 people. So with 4 people, that kind of made that a little bit more challenging since we'd have to do 2 different Gojeks. How much was the ride? Do you remember?
It was 400,000
Yeah.
rupiah.
And this was for a pretty far distance. Our hotel was close to the expo center. It was probably like a 40-ish minute ride.
Yeah.
So in the end, it was worth it. They included all the tolls because I think typically there's a bunch of tolls that you go through. So when you're taking Gojek, I'm not 100% sure if those are included. They might add those on in the end.
So definitely try to negotiate the price if you're gonna go ahead and try to pay cash for a taxi. And also we didn't know that going to our hotel, we actually have to pay a little bit extra
Yeah.
to enter the hotel with our taxi. How much was it?
It was 5,000 rupiah, so it's like 50 cents, 40 cents, whatever. But
It's so interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. You have to pay cash too because the driver needs it. The odd thing is, even when we're taking Gojeks to leave the hotel, same thing. When you leave the hotel, you also have to pay this toll. So it seems like wherever you're getting dropped off, there's always some sort of gate there. Like even the mall had one, and you have to pay the 5,000 fee to let them enter and drop you off. So make sure to keep cash handy, even if you're using the Gojek app.
Yes. Let us know if you have any questions about making your way over to Indonesia. We'll be doing it again in a few weeks, so keep an eye out for that video.
Yeah, and if you are interested in the DWP stuff, we'll link that down below as well.
So to recap, you need to check your visa requirements.
Download the Peduli Lindungi app and make sure you're vaccinated.
Do your declaration form.
And make sure to just bring masks. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See ya.